What's up, friends? Luca here from Invictus Strength and Conditioning. I'm driving to the gym and I just wanted to give you a quick update on our team efforts from last comp. So we had 3 athletes competing in powerlifting, PA for Powerlifting Australia. It was meant to be 4, but Sarah got sick on when we got back from holiday, and it was like a month out from comp, so she couldn't train for like 2 weeks. And by the time she got back to training, she had lost so much strength that we decided not to compete. Anyway, so we had 3 athletes competing: Jessie in the 105, Catherine in the under 100 kilos, and Morgan in the 105 as well. Jesse squatted 200 kilos on his second attempt for a PB, for a 12.5 kilos PB, and then he squatted 210 kilos on his third, but he got called for depth, and it was honestly was a good call. I mean, it was pretty shallow, so that's definitely something we'll be working on during this next prep and this next training block. So hitting consistent depth every single rep, every single time. Then he didn't have the greatest day on the bench, but he still managed to bench 120, which was an equal PB. He had a few technical issues and faults there, like I think he got red lighted once for bum lift, and then didn't go great for bench for him on the day. It did make some solid progress through the last prep though, so we'll definitely see a PB in the future. On deadlift, he opened at 230, and it was pretty good. It wasn't as good as other times that I've seen him pulling 230 in training. So we were planning to go 230, 240, and then possibly 250 on the last. So anyways, he opens at 230, which is a PB, I'm pretty sure already, and then he goes to 240, but he misses it. I mean, the bar breaks the floor, but he can't lock it out. Then he goes out again for his third attempt with 240 again, and he put up an incredible fight, like a real fucking unbelievable fight and a display of strength, and he fucking locks it out. Why was his deadlift so much harder than in training? Well, it comes down to specificity of equipment you use, because like he trains, or he used to train at a commercial gym with soft bars and bumper plates and all that stuff, and we know that comp equipment is very different. Like pulling on a stiff bar, it's so much harder than pulling on a soft bar. Pulling with metal plates, like powerlifting calibrated thin plates, makes the deadlift much harder because the bar doesn't flex as much as when you're using bumper plates, so you can't pull from a higher position like you do with a bendy bar and bumper plates. And the more weights on the bar, the more this will happen, so the more the bar will flex before the blades even break the floor. This is another interesting thing that we need now to work on and make sure we train as we compete. So specificity is king. So next athlete, we have Catherine. She squatted 150 kilos as an opener, which was an equal PB, which is always a great sign when you're opening with your old 1RM, with your old third attempt. Then she squatted 160 on the second, and it was good. It was really good. And the plan was to go 170 if we thought that 170 was there. But judging by the speed of the 160, I thought that 167.5 might have been a better call, and that's what we did. So I put down 167.5 on the attempt card, and that's what she did. She squatted 167.5. It was hard. I don't honestly know if she would have had 170. She's a great fighter too, so she might have had it, but 167.5 really looked like the right call. And it's a 17.5 kilos PB, and a state record, so it's great. Then she benched 75, I think, or 77.5. Yeah, 77.5 as an opener. She went to 85, I'm pretty sure, which is a PB. And then she went for 90 on a third, but she got a red light because she uses blocks for her feet, and apparently 1 foot on one side was slightly outside of the block, and the rules say that both your feet need to be flat, contacting the ground. So yeah, that was a tough call, but it was, the right call. Then on deadlift, she opened 130, and then she went for 140, which moved pretty good. So we went for 150, which was I believe a 5 kilo PB, which doesn't seem like a lot on deadlift, but for someone like her, who's always been struggling with deadlift for a number of reasons, that was great to be able to lift that. So she ended up with a 405 total, and 405 total was 400 total was the goal. So she not only reached the goal that we set for comp, but she went beyond that, with an extra 5 kilos to spare, which is great. Then with Morgan, finally. So with Morgan, man, he's a fucking unbelievable athlete. And I'm not talking about numbers, I'm just talking about the way he reacts to training, the way he reacts to taper, and peak and taper and deloads. It's just unbelievable. He's very, very responsive to deloads, especially in squats and bench. The main goal for him was to deadlift 300 kilos. Secondary goal was to hit a 750 total via a 260 squats, 190 bench, and 300 deadlift. And the third goal, as a consequence of the second, was to break the Australian record on bench, which he broke and held for a little bit in Melbourne and Junior Nationals last year with 183. But then, it was broken like 5 minutes later at 187, I think. So we had to go like 190 basically. So on the day, he squatted 240, and it was, it was okay. Not the greatest opener, to be honest with you. But that's another thing that usually happens with Morgan, is his attempts actually get better attempt after attempt. So we went for 250 on the second attempt on squat, and it was good. It was better. It wasn't the fastest squat I've seen him doing, but it was good. So we went for 260 on the third for a 10 kilo PB and a state record as well. And he literally destroyed it. Like, he absolutely smoked it. It was fucking really stupid fast. I was spotting him, I remember, and I was like, ready to, not to catch, because I had no doubt he had it in him, but I was ready to see a grinder, and the bar just went up so easy that it was actually easier than the 240 he opened with. Then after that, he moved on to bench, and he opened at 177.5. Then he went to 185, which was a PB, like a 2 kg PB. Then he went for 190, and he missed it. Like, it wasn't there on the day, so Then we moved on to deadlifts. So he opened a 280, and he smokes it. It's like super fast, super smooth, no issues at all. The lockout, no issues at the knees. Like, it was great. After that, we jumped to 290 kilos, and he moved okay. Like, as I say, for the second on squat, it wasn't the fastest or greatest rep I've seen him doing, but definitely 300 was there on the day, and that's why we went for 300 on the third. Now, we had the option to go for a 305 to reach the 750 goal, But being that the secondary goal, we opted to stick to the primary goal first, so hit the 300 and prioritize that over a possible 750 total. And I'm pretty happy that we did that, because 300 came up. It was a fucking hard fight. He really had to fight for it. He locked it out, you know, after like an endless fucking grinder. But he had it. I mean, he got it, and that's all that matters. So, you know, it was 5 kilos short on his total of his secondary goal, so he hit 745, but there's still like a 30 plus 35 kilos PB on his total, something like that. You know, it's pretty fucking good. And yeah, I mean, like 190 bench is there, it's just around the corner, so it's just a matter of time. Yeah, so everybody really had a great day. You know, everybody hit PBs and, you know, had fun. It was great. It was really a good comp. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos. Bye.